Welcome back. We're here with 1347 and we are back to war. So here's our family tree again. Look how big it's getting. It's getting so big that it really doesn't look good in pictures anymore. But anyway, um, what did happen last time? I don't know. We had a bunch of babies age up into toddlers, like 4. And we lost Hugh. Hugh did pass away. Bjorn aged up. William the second aged up. Here's William the second. Here's Bjorn. They both aged up into young adults. And we had a baby, but it died. So Nicole did survive, though, to a toddler, and Randy did survive to a teenager. So we have the draft. It's also the fair today, which I really want to go to. So I'm either hoping Milo doesn't get drafted or um, we can go to the fair before we send him off to war because I'm horrible like that. Anyway, Margaret, our last sister, is going to age up into 18. And then Matilda, I'm pretty sure, is Matilda married to. No, that's Madalena. Who's Matilda? Is she over here? Yeah, Matilda. Oh my gosh, poor thing. Um, she is going to age up into a regular adult. So let's roll for these two ladies first. So Margaret, what is it? I already forget. What is a teenager? It's a 7. Yeah, 7. Okay, loading, loading. I usually like for the page to load before I roll the dice. It's just a preference of mine. Okay, so she does survive, and then Matilda needs to get a 9 or greater. And she does survive. So now for Margaret, I think it's a 1 through 3 doesn't get married. Okay, so Margaret does get married. And then it is up to, okay, it's a D12. So then we roll for how many babies she will have. Here we go. Loading, loading. Okay, it's because I have the game running at the same time as this. 11. Oh my gosh, Margaret. Margaret Leifson will be having 11. Oh my god, I'm like choking thinking about it. Um, oh, 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 oh. Okay, so let me write this down. Margaret ages up. Well, that's great though. All our sisters. So 6 out of 7 of Agnes's children survived, which is great. Okay. Where was I? Margaret and teenagers have, what is it, 7 years? Yes, 7 years. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I have the game running at the same time because we have to roll for the war. So there we go. And then in 3 years, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I guess we'll be doing both Bjorn and Margaret's stuff at the same time. I kind of don't want to though. You know, maybe we can move Bjorn's story to here. And then we'll move Margaret here. Yeah, because he's fine. He's going to be alive for a while because he's a young adult now, so he's 10 years. Okay. Okay, and then Matilda, we need to roll a, what is it, a D10. I'm just going to come over here and roll a D10. 3 years. Okay. So when Margaret gets married, Matilda Bennett will be dying. So Margaret and Matilda both age up. Okay, so we have a few other birthdays and a death in this one, and also we'll be going over Tora's story, which will include Rowena's marriage. That's her stepdaughter. And okay, the draft. So in 1347, roll a d4 for any male teen to adult sim to head off to war. Do this for all of your sims. If your sim rolls a 4, they have to go to war. Okay. So let's open up our d4. We'll open up our events page. That's here. Why does that say 1369? So here we are. Let's just start at the top. So here in Windenburg, we have a few households. So in this household, we can roll for Roger Bennett. Roll in. He goes to war. Roger. Okay, Roger Bennett. I don't know why that showed up way down there. Stay here. Okay, and then Roger will be moving you out of your household. There we go. Now, let's go like this. And new household. There you go. You don't need any money. You're going to war. Okay, that's household number 1. Household number 2 is the Axtell family. So we have our knight Dyken and our heir John. Go. Roll in. Roll in. Okay, neither of them are going to war. Here in the Harlow household, we have Cole. Nope. I am actually not going to roll for Judd because we're using him in the story. And anyway, so we just have Robert here. Robert. Ooh, Robert's going to war. That's okay. It's not like he's having kids or anything. So off you go, Robert. Yeah. Okay. That is everyone in Windenburg. Should I roll for the vampires? I think I didn't last time. We do have 2. We have 2 men that could go to war, vampire men, but I just feel like the vampires are hiding out there. They're not, um, they're not, nobody even knows that they're there. Let's go to Tartosa next. And we have, wait, they're in Italy. Should I even be rolling for them? Can you get drafted from another country? How does that work? I guess we'll roll for William in a second. Okay, he doesn't go anyway, it doesn't matter. And you're on a pirate ship, so you're not going anywhere. Not going to war, you're off at sea. Okay, so church people are not rolling for war. There's no men in the big household. Okay, in the Dubois household, we have Roland. Oh, you know what? Did I add Robert? Okay. Then here in the Walter household, these are like a bunch of side sims. So Bate, Jan, Furman, and Daw. So there are 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number 3. Who's that? Furman. What's your last name? Oh, Harlow. Not good for you, my man. Furman Harlow. Just gonna put like 1 simoleon in here so that they don't bother me about it anymore. Okay, we'll do our family last. There's no men here. Okay, we have Hugo. Oh, my Hugo. He doesn't have enough children. No. Oh no. How did I know that was gonna happen? Oh no. What if he dies at war? No, it's very unlikely that they'll die at war. Like, the war does not have that high a death rate. Okay, and then the only guy we have is Milo. Okay, we're rolling for Milo now. We're rolling. I can't look. Oh, yes. Okay, Milo does not go to war. None of our men have been to war yet. So, okay, so there's 4 guys at war currently. So we'll leave them to it. It doesn't look like any of them will be impacting my story, which is great. Small miracles. So yeah. Okay, I think we're in good shape. So we're going to go to the fair today. And tomorrow's Roger's birthday. We'll be doing Rowena and Tora's whole thing with what's his face, the dad, Judd, uh, in this year as well. And then at the end of the year, we'll be rolling for Revna and Hugo. So we'll be rolling for Hugo again. I'm kind of scared. Is his wife pregnant? I hope so. I can't remember. I don't think she's pregnant. Should we? Maybe I should get her pregnant before. Yeah, she doesn't look pregnant to me. I'm gonna go get her pregnant before we start, but I'll do that off camera and then we'll hop into the game. So here we go. Okay, now that I have actually recorded this part, I am so sorry for the length. I'm going to do everything I can to shorten it as much as possible, but let me tell you, so much happens. So much happens in this part. I am still reeling from it, and let me tell you, your mind is going to be blown. Totally and completely. I don't even know what to say. So, there's that. Oh gosh, okay. I'm not ready. Okay. So, we have little Margaret who is aging up and I'm just taking care of some of their needs. It looks like I left them in kind of a bad spot last time. Whoops. That is not great. But here is Margaret. So let's give her a quick makeover. And she rolled the foodie trait. So I'm going to have her want to be a master chef as her aspiration. I think that maybe her aspiration is to go be a cook in some, at the tavern or maybe in a rich person's house. I don't know, so something like that. That could be just something that she would want to do in this day and age. So I'm giving her the outfit with the little apron and the little cloth. So I feel like that's appropriate for a chef. I don't think she would be able to. I don't know. I don't really know the details of this time period and how far women were allowed to go with certain professions, but I know at least she could be like a cook helper person in a house. So, anyway, here we go. We just updated her, and now we're heading back home. So, let's do that. And we also have to finish out our daily chores. That will be pretty good. So, yeah, I know you're tired, but you're just going to have to suck it up. Okay. You have to go to the bathroom. She's pregnant. We're having another baby in this part. Our bunnies are doing excellently, and we want to win the fair, the Finchwick Fair. So we are going to take our cow there today and just make sure that our cow is all set and feeling good, that she's happy, and then we will bring her to the fair, and hopefully we will win, and that will actually complete Milo's aspiration. So I'm really hoping that that works. I mean, we're kind of running out of time to do his aspiration, and the plague is next year, and I'm just really thinking that maybe it's not going to happen the way I wanted to, but you know. So, anyway, um, I guess also we kind of have to decide. So this is the third generation, and we have to also think about what we want for the future of our family. Like, should we try to work on saving up a lot of money and maybe changing like class? Like maybe um, one of our heirs doesn't want to be a farmer. Maybe they want to go to London and, try to up their status or something. That would be really cool. So I think that I do want us over time to have our family improve their situation in this country, um, at least as much as we can, and before we go to America. So that'll be good. That'll be helpful. We'll probably reset when we go to America because, obviously there's nothing um, that they have there. Obviously, there's Native Americans and their whole lives there that are going to be ruined by these people. But anyway, they won't, even if you're a noble in England, you go to America, it doesn't mean anything. The United States, it wasn't the United States at the time. I'm not good at history. I live here in the United States where public school doesn't do much for me. um, but yes, so I think that it will be good to try to build our family up as much as possible until we do have that time where we go to America. But also, I do want, yeah, because I want to have some fun, like even playing like the Regency period and like that kind of stuff. Like, have our family get to the point where they can go to fancy parties and, have those rules associated with them. So I'm excited about that too. But for right now, we are medieval peasants. We're farmers. We only have less than 2,000 simoleons to our name, and we're just doing the best we can. So there is that. Let's check out the judge, and she seems to be cool. She seems to be not liking the other milk there, so our milk is much better. I put it out there even though we don't have perfect quality milk, but our cow is much better than the other cow that is in the festival. Much better. Our cow is excellent. So since we just kind of wait in this area until the fair is over, I'm going to skip ahead just because I'm looking at this video and it's over 30 minutes, and I'm going to try and cut that down for you. Okay, so it is now way past the time the fair was supposed to end, but the fair didn't end on time, so I'm just kind of, um, you know. Anyway, so we got third place. Despite there only being 2 cows here, our cow got third place. Okay. We're going to have to try again with oversized crops next week, so we are going to have to start planting some of those so that we can make sure that they are all in place for the next fair if Milo survives the plague. Um, so hopefully that happens. But anyway, here we are. Let's get some oversized crops going, and then we will make sure that that is all set. I want to make sure that it is perfect quality in time for our next fair. So we're going to have to pay special attention to these watermelons. I bought the most expensive plant. So, oh, our tub is broken. Okay. When is this baby going to be born? Okay, this other baby is very hungry. I'm just not doing a good job taking care of any other sim right now. I'm trying to get their social and their fun up, and they just do not want to be happy, my girls. I don't know what you want me to say to you. You're moving out soon anyway. Actually, when is Randy getting married? Randy should be getting married soon. Nope, she like literally just became a teenager last time, so we still have 2 more years, and then Margaret has 3 years. So, I mean, provided they don't die in the war. So there is that. But anyway, so here we are. Just gonna cook some food for everybody. Everybody is hungry and tired and just not doing well. So let's take care of our family. It is now the next day, so we are also going to have to start going around to do our chores. Milo is the only one who is in a good position. So there is that, and let's do this. Okay, our cow is not there, not in our family inventory. Yes, in Milo's inventory. I don't know why that happened like that. Anyway, so let's put the cow back, and then we will put our ribbon up on our cow shed thing. There you go. Third place, my girl. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some. But third place isn't too shabby. I mean, out of 2 it is, but So let's, I'm trying to play with you, and he doesn't want to play. He always turns everybody down for playing. I don't know what is up with my air, but you better hope you survive the plague. Oh my gosh, that is all I think about is surviving the plague. So, why are you doing this? I told him to go to bed and he didn't. Okay, you guys you guys are doing okay. Okay, everybody's needs are getting back to an okay place. We'll roll for Roger. He does survive, so that is great. A little Roger the second. So he survives. So far, so good. And then I'm just going to, you gotta go do something because you are not happy. Oh, all of my Sims are so angry. Okay. Yes, we're doing all right. And, oh, hey, Judd. Okay. So let's just interact with our baby a bit. Might as well get him going on some stuff. We want to work on his skills a little bit. He is our heir. Hopefully, it's not in vain. Maybe it's like an Agnes situation. She did survive that whole time, Agnes did. So, I mean, it could happen. The roles for child and teen are not too shabby. So, I think I'm not even going to say anything because I'll jinx it. Forget it. So here we go. Let's fertilize our crops again. We'll talk to them. We'll do everything we need to do to make sure that we get perfect crops for the next fair on next Sunday or Saturday, next Saturday. Look at her. Look how pregnant she is. Okay. She wants to discuss her relationship fears and she wants to get her fun up. I don't know why you have any relationship fears. Like, we already went through the drama with your relationship. Now you two should be stronger than ever. Maybe that's what she's worried about. She's worried that just because they went through all of that stuff, it doesn't mean that everything is just smoothed over. Like, there's still some issues that she feels like they haven't addressed because they went through this like traumatic experience together, that they didn't really address that other stuff. Could be. I just make stuff up. I mean, that's what this game is. So, we're just making stuff up together. Let's get everyone eating. Okay, we're in good shape. Yes. Okay, so here we go. You're good. You gonna play with the baby? Teach him to talk, maybe? Something, anything? It is now the next morning once again, and we are going to just get everything done for the day. We'll have the baby be born, and then we'll head off to do Tora's storyline. I know that there was already part of it that happened where she was arranged to be married to Judd because he was the lawyer for their family and they didn't have enough money to pay him. So, anyway, that's where we were at. I mean, we got like 50,000 simoleons and we had to spend it all on lawyers. Okay, she is in labor. Let's do this. A baby. Okay, we are having a girl. And we roll a 1. Cecilia. Oh my God. You know what else? The baby also rolls a 1, which means it also dies. They both die. Both of them die. Why is my life like this? Not Cecilia, after everything she's been through. She's going to die in childbirth. Okay, so like you all suggested, we can indeed plead for them. So we're going to plead for her. Plead for your wife. Come on, Grim. Just give her back to me. Just do it. Yes, okay. Can I have her back, please? Pretty please? She's my wife. I love her. She's all I have. No, he said no. Okay, he said no. He said no. And we now have an urn of our wife, Cecilia. Can you believe this happened? They have one kid. This is Gen 1 all over again. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I didn't even, I feel like I'm cursed somehow. Like, I can only alternate, you know, we can have a lot of babies and then like one, and then a lot of babies and then one. But you know what? Milo still, if he survives the plague, still has quite a, few years left in him. So I think we might have to remarry him even though Cecilia was the love of his life. Can you believe this? This is BS. Okay, so I went to go put her urn in the church, and my game died. It, like, really died. But anyway, Maggie died also at her role, and I just, look at this. I try to travel, and it just puts me back in the main screen. And so anyway, I had to restart my game and then play back through a couple days, which was awful. Um, it was just like really hard. You can see that there's like, it says there's a secret person there. Like there's something glitched. So then I played through again and I was like, okay, but what if this time we kill her again? And now what if we plead, well, confident? And the thing is, we're like demanding to spare our wife. Like I'm hoping that maybe the game was helping me out, and it says that she was saved. But you know what? She's not. She's not there. It says she was saved. She didn't come back. She's still in Urn. Grim leaves, and she's still in Urn. There's no saving. There's no nothing. What happened? The game does not want me to revive Cecilia. So, I'm just gonna have to accept she's dead. I was hoping that when my game glitched, I was like, oh, this is our second chance. Maybe we can get her back. And it's just not happening. So I think that we're supposed to just take this as a sign and accept it for what it is. She's dead. She's dead. My beautiful, wonderful Cecilia. Literally the light of my life. She was great. She had a cool backstory. You know, this is just so unfair. It really is. I'm unhappy with this turn of events. I mean, watch now Milo will die in the plague or something. I just can't even win. Oh. I'm gonna have to bring Bjorn back, aren't I? My guy Bjorn. It's time for you to shine. Oh my god. Watch Bjorn will die in the plague. Oh my god. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna drop off our urn, and we are for real, now that we've spent all day dealing with this, going to go and um, we need to actually do Tora's storyline that I have prepared, which is why this video is so long, because we're 27 minutes in and I haven't even gotten to the story. So I'm just a disaster. It's fine. Okay, so basically, if you remember last time, Tora was married to Judd. Judd has a daughter, so Tora has a stepdaughter. It's only a couple years younger than her. And they are actually not getting along. So um, Tora is unhappy with her situation. I think she was hoping that, I'm going to marry a rich man. His daughter's going to leave the house soon anyway. It's going to be fine. And I think that she was really hoping that she could just kind of skate through, and it's just not working. Her and Rowena hate each other. They are enemies. And they do not like each other, and it's just been a fight this whole time. And Judd is useless. He's also, you know, obviously on his daughter's side for everything. And so it is just like devolving. This family life, not good, not good at all. So things are not going well. So Tora's like, what can I do to get what I want? I don't like my husband. I don't like his daughter. I want to get rid of all of them, but I still want to be this rich lady. I want my own life. I want to take the reins and I want to decide. And so she poisons her husband. She poisons her husband. So Judd has now been poisoned. Rowena's mad about the fight, and then she comes out and she finds her father passes out here in the front yard, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" And so he has been poisoned, and he just dropped dead. And so we're gonna go to the graveyard, and then if we ever load, we are going to drop off his urn first. Rowena is going to bring his urn to the crypt. So basically what I'm doing with the crypts too is so pink was previously used for the Elling bows, but that line died off without any heirs. So I gave the pink color now to the Godfrey family, and um, so we're going to put his urn there. But yes, so we gave that color there. So I'm just going to give them all the same crypt if they're the same color, because it's not like we're going to fill up that crypt with anyone else. There's no more Elling bows. So anyway, what Tora is doing is she's kind of talking to the priest, and she's telling what happened. Oh, I'm really suspicious of what happened to my husband. He just dropped dead. I can't believe it happened. And she's kind of implying that there was, um, you know, nefarious things going on. And so she's telling the priest that she suspects that her stepdaughter was not happy with the remarriage, and that maybe she wanted to take all of her father's money for herself or something. And so basically Tora is spinning this tale that Rowena is the murderer, and Rowena comes in and she's like, how dare you, I know it was you, and blah blah blah. And they're both teenage girls like fighting here. And so they are arguing with each other, and they get into an altercation. And so, because Rowena starts the fight, the priest kind of takes that as almost an admission of a guilt. So they're like, oh, maybe she did do it. What happened here? So they are getting into a physical fight. And then Rowena realizes that no one's on her side. So she is going to run away. And she's going to run away to the Bluffs. I think that that's a good place to go because she is from Windenburg, so I feel like she'd be a little familiar with the area. So she's going to head there, and it's getting late. It's like the middle of the night. It's kind of scary. Honestly, I'm looking at the screen and I can't even see anything. Like, I can't tell what anything is because it's so dark because there's no lights on this lot. So, while she is there, she actually runs into Dyken here. I don't even know if that's how his Dyson. I don't know if, however, if he's a vacuum, I don't know. But he is a knight of the Axtell family, which is Cecilia's old family that she was living with. And they meet, and actually, they have a little chemistry. She's got a little crush on him, but they have a little chemistry. But anyway, she tells him her story. And he is very sympathetic because I think that like he's a knight, he has honor, even though his family that he's from doesn't have a ton of it. He still, he felt bad for everything that happened with Cecilia because it was no secret how John Sr. in the Axel family acted towards the ladies, So he is going to bring her back to their household. She has officially run away from home, and honestly, like, is she making some bad decisions going with strangers? Absolutely. But she's like a rich girl. Like she's never had a hardship in her life and now she's on the run. So of course, like, oh, a rich family wants to help me out. Of course, I'll continue to live in luxury. So she comes here and um basically Dyken is going to talk to the current lord of the house, which is John the Second, and he's going to tell him about Rowena and about what has happened to her. And he's basically going to kind of use the situation that happened with Cecilia as a way of kind of, trying to appeal to John and get him to agree to allow Rowena to stay. And so John is kind of like, okay, well, let me talk to her. So see like what kind of person she is. Honestly, he has like he's not a great sim. His family is not great. I gave them all like bad traits. um, but they are going to go chat. She's going to tell him about herself. And when she mentions that she is the only child of a wealthy lawyer and she thinks her stepmother, who does not have any children, killed him, he's like, wait a second. So he comes and talks to his mother, who is days away from dying, and she's really upset that he doesn't have a wife yet because, they have to carry on the family line. And so he's telling her, he's like, Mom, if we help her and she marries into our family, we're going to get a lot of money. Like, it'll be good for us. So I don't know why I clicked on that, but anyway, we're going to up their relationship. So basically, they spend some time together. Obviously, I can't spend too much time in this household because we want to go back to our main household, but they spend time together and they kind of, kindle up a relationship. And um, then they agree to become betrothed and married. And he says he'll take care of her, he'll help her. And even though she kind of has a little thing for Dyken, it's like she actually also got a crush on John. But um she can't, like, the idea of her being with a knight versus being with like a very wealthy nobleman is not it's not comparable. So she is going to join the Axtell family as John's wife, and he and his family are going to help her, you know, find her stepmother guilty of this whole situation because they have a lot of resources, a lot of money, and everything. So they are going to do that again. Like, she's not this perfect person. She's spoiled and she wants to continue to live well. And she knows that in this day and age, the only way to do that is to have a wealthy husband. So she's into that. And what happens is they do end up using their resources to make Tora guilty. But because Tora is like really, of higher status since she married, she is not going to be executed. She's going to be sent to the church to live in penance or whatever for the rest of her life. So she is going to be sent off to the church, which actually isn't a horrible thing for her because I did make her very religious. So, you know, she's mad that she lost to Rowena, who is her enemy, but, you know, anyway, so Rowena inherits all the money, which means John gets all the money. And that is that story. So in the next one, we have the plague, which is scary, but I hope that you guys enjoyed what was happening here. I don't even know what is happening, too many things, so I'll catch you in the next one.